Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So in this video, I'm going to be giving you guys an updated review of the meal kits from one of the biggest meal delivery services in the business, based on my experience as a subscriber to HelloFresh for about 10 or so months now. Now, I wanted to learn all that I could about meal kit subscription services, including HelloFresh, Factor 75, Green Chef, EveryPlate, and a bunch more. So I managed to try quite a few of them myself. And I made these videos to help you decide which one is right for you and your family and which one's not. So I'll go over some HelloFresh meals in more detail, including how they compare to other services, what kind of food you'll find on their menu, what it's like to cook their recipes, how much the service costs, and who might be best for it. So basically, I'll go over the good, the bad, and everything in between. And if you find this review interesting or helpful, you can show your appreciation by liking this video and subscribing to the channel if you haven't already to see more of my honest reviews and comparisons. And just to be upfront, I am a paid affiliate of pretty much all the companies that I talk about, including HelloFresh, but as usual, my recommendation wouldn't mean much if I didn't give you my honest opinion. And if at any point you decide to try HelloFresh meal kits, you can use the affiliate link down in the description below. It doesn't cost you anything, and you get a bit of a discount, which you wouldn't get if you went directly to their website. Okay, so to get a bit deeper into the thought process behind HelloFresh, let's talk a bit about the company itself, which really dominates the meal delivery sector in the United States by raking in about 80% of the sales according to the Wall Street Journal. And believe it or not, HelloFresh is actually based in Germany and is also available in the UK, across Europe, and as far away as New Zealand and Japan. And across the board, they have a solid reputation for offering convenient, healthy, and balanced meal kits featuring fresh ingredients and really easy to make recipes. They also have lots of options if you're a vegetarian, which is unique to a lot of meal kits that don't usually offer that many options for vegetarians, but they don't offer organic ingredients or cater to specialized diets. And something that really stands out about them when you pit them against other companies in the space is that they try to focus on using seasonal produce sourced locally from farmers for their recipes. And they're really big on eco-friendly policies. And of course, it's going to be cheaper to buy all the ingredients you need at your local grocery store or wherever you usually buy stuff. But what you're essentially paying for is to take off all the headspace used for planning your meals and all the time spent on grocery shopping for all the ingredients, not to mention that they help you work on your culinary skills by showing you how to make all sorts of different recipes and food that you probably wouldn't normally try to make on your own. And if you didn't already know about HelloFresh, it's a subscription meal kit delivery service that delivers ingredients and recipes according to the plan you choose, with the weekly menu of meal kits to choose from and a wide selection of extras that you can add on to your weekly box. They're really flexible in their offers, so you can opt for a subscription plan by choosing portions of either 2 or 4 people and between 2 and 6 meals per person. You can also choose which day of the week you want them delivered, and they arrive boxed with insulated liners and ice packs that can keep your food fresh and cool until the next day if you leave them in the box. Now, with your basic weekly order sorted out, you can choose which ones you want, and in case you forgot, HelloFresh will choose for you based on your previous choices and preferences. And there are 6 preferences, which are vegetable and meat, vegetarian, pescatarian, family-friendly, fit and wholesome, and quick and easy. And no matter what your preferences are, you still have access to the entire selection of about 100 meals at a time. And when it comes to the weekly menus, you'll find recipes categorized under labels like kid approved, low carb, or low calorie, but you also get access to the market, where there's a changing weekly lineup of condiments, snacks, breakfasts, and lunch dishes, ready to heat meals, desserts, bakery items, a selection of proteins and produce ingredients that you can opt to add to your order. And after about 10 or so months of preparing meals using HelloFresh, I've got a lot to tell you about my experience. And starting with their website, I found it really easy to navigate. And after I set up my subscription for 4 meals a week for 2 people and picked my preferences, I found the checkout process really fast and straightforward. And if you didn't already know, they're now offering 10 free meals and free appetizers for life if you get a customized plan. Okay, so my first delivery came within 3 days, and the first thing you notice when you open the box is the recipe cards. And I've been consistently impressed by the quality of each recipe card. They're bright and big enough so you can easily follow instructions as you cook, and they pack all the ingredients for each recipe in brown paper bags so they can be put in the fridge. And the recipes and bags are all color coded, so you can easily match them up when it's time for you to actually cook it. And below the bags, under the ice packs, are all the proteins that come vacuum packed. And at this point, I just want to reiterate that if you want to try HelloFresh, you can use the affiliate link that's down in the description below. It doesn't cost you anything, and you'll get a bit of a discount, which you wouldn't get if you went directly to their website. And a really, really nice side thing when it comes to HelloFresh is that even though you don't need to be an actual chef with major culinary talent to follow the recipes, they're still inspiring. They'll inspire you to try new things in the kitchen. For example, I learned how to butterfly chicken breast fillets so that I could cook one of my all-time favorites, chicken Milanese. This recipe uses an Italian herb and panko crunchy crust that's served with roasted squash and fresh arugula salad with heirloom tomatoes. Now, while I enjoyed classic recipes like that, I've also explored a lot of new flavors. And to be completely honest, I am no chef, but I somehow managed to make a delicious spicy hoisin beef taco. And by using sesame dressing, red cabbage, slaw, and tortillas with both hoisin and sriracha, I managed to make surprisingly one of the best tacos that I remember having, with peanuts for extra crunch and texture. In fact, most if not all of the HelloFresh recipes that I've tried uses layers of added flavors, so there are no bland sides. But to keep things honest, since I've been using them for so long, I've seen a bunch of the same recipes cycling over and over again in slightly different variations. So what looked like a really huge menu in the beginning started to look a bit smaller and smaller after a while. And another thing I want to mention is how much my kids have actually enjoyed some of the kid-approved items on the HelloFresh menu, like their snack boards that make packing lunchboxes so easy because one meal fills about 3 lunchboxes. My kids have actually stretched their palate as well. They surprisingly love the hummus and pita chip meals, which also have cheese, cucumber, orange slices, and sweet waffle treats, so that was a surprise. Now, another thing that kind of bothers me, and this is not just an issue with HelloFresh, but it's really an issue with a lot of meal kit services, and of course they're recyclable, but you have to wash everything out first, so a lot of them end up going in the trash if we don't have the patience to wash the containers. But on the flip side, I can't really think of any other way to make sure that every ingredient is measured out perfectly. So it is what it is. I wouldn't lose any sleep over it if I were you. Now, in terms of plans and pricing, I've been subscribed to 4 meals for 2 people, so 8 servings in total, for which I paid a total of about $90, which works out to about $10 per serving and another $11 for each delivery. But you can generally always get a nice discount when you first subscribe. That said, the lowest number of meals you can get for a subscription are 2 meals for 2 people, for which you pay about $12 per meal. And you can opt for premium meals, which are about $9 more per serving if you want to get a bit fancier, say to impress your wife one night or your girlfriend or something like that. So this pricing is more or less on par with other services in the space, namely Blue Apron and Home Chef. But how do their meals actually compare? Well, from my experience, Blue Apron's meals are a lot more refined and a bit more sophisticated. They're more like something you might order in a restaurant, so not very family friendly and not as eco-friendly as HelloFresh either, and they generally took a bit longer to prepare as well, which is a big factor for me. And when you consider cost, Home Chef meals also average out to around $10 a meal, and they have more what I'd call takeout type meals. Okay, so the bottom line, do I recommend HelloFresh? Well, if you're looking for a convenient and healthy way to get tasty food on the table without having to plan ahead, shop for groceries, or spend hours in the kitchen, then HelloFresh is a meal kit service that will inspire you to eat healthy food and enjoy cooking while stretching your newly discovered culinary muscles. And like I mentioned, it does cost more than buying groceries, of course, but for the results you get and all that convenience, as well as the chance to explore new flavors and food combinations, I think it's more than worth it. So the answer is yes, I do still recommend HelloFresh to anyone who's in the market for a solid, healthy, and delicious meal kit delivery service, okay? That's gonna be it for this review. If you found this video helpful or interesting, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel to see more reviews and comparison videos like this one. And again, if you wanna try HelloFresh, you can use the affiliate link that's down in the description below. It does not cost you anything, and you get a bit of a discount, which you wouldn't get if you went directly to their website. And as always, I enjoy hearing your thoughts, and I'll try to get back to any questions or comments you leave down below as fast as I can. And finally, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.